Hey guys, this is Jenny. This is our Kundalini Yoga class, Sunday the 11th of July, which, holy cow, this month has been flying for me. And today we are going to be practicing a Kundalini Yoga for the warrior's tension release. Now, let me tell you what this particular Kriya is for. It says to become a warrior of great courage. Do each exercise in this series regularly and wholeheartedly, moving with great tension and power, as in the practice of a martial art. This endeavor will strengthen the heart and release deep-seated stress. It is designed to give you the chance to relax and be you. It builds within you a victorious personality with courage and no matter what. Courage in you no matter what. And if you'll notice in your attachments, there is an explanation for some of the mantra that we're going to be using for our practice today, which is Har and Hari. And I think I forgot to already put the Hari on there for you guys, but we'll go over it together what the Har Hari means. And we're also going to be doing a Ajay Alai meditation afterwards. So it's a really beautiful mantra that I've been actually doing for, I think it said 392 days now. Actually past a year, and I had no idea because I rarely check it, my sadhana tracker, because I know I'm so far away from 1,000 days and I don't have a problem remembering to do it. So yeah, I was like, wow, I'm nearly 400 days into this mantra and it's really beautiful. So the Ajay Alai, what it basically does is it soothes the heart and overcomes all obstacles. It adds radiance to your body and activates your higher chakras. And due to my particular tantric numerology, this was a really beneficial mantra for me to particularly take on as a sadhana. And that's why I chose this one. 1,000 days is supposed to really fully and completely transform me, and as it would anybody, not just me because of my numerology, but this would be beneficial for anybody. It brings you out of depression and anger. It gives strength to face all challenge of life. It gives power of intuition and great willpower. It brings the chanter into alignment with the qualities of the divine, overcomes any obstacles, hindrances, and gives strength. Being very soothing, gives power to connect with the creator and also gives unlimited power, peace, and prosperity. As the chanter connects with the creator, he feels very positive and light. It purifies subconscious and pulls one out of despair and grief. With the healing vibrations of mantra, one feels healthy. Mantra will help to move through difficult situations. It brings grace and greatness. And this is like a mantra that's really beautiful and has been accepted by a lot of different religions. It's helped very many people, lifting them out of fear, attachment, depression, anger, grief, pain, and difficult situations. And we'll go over the meaning of the mantra and the words later before we begin it. But I placed that music in your attachments so that later on, after we finish up our practice, we can actually lay down in our Shavasana posture and listen to that mantra. And you can sing along with it if you like, or we can stay seated in a comfortable position, actually, sorry. So it's going to be a really cool day. And, you know, it's something interesting today that I was kind of thinking about over the last week, just in general. I've personally been through a lot ever since I started this mantra. And I don't think that I'm not saying like, oh, I think the mantra initiated situations in my life that forced me to deal with my bravery and all of this. I think these were just situations that were accumulating in my human experience anyways. And this mantra just came at the right time to help support me through those times. And I think something to remember, you know, we all have that warrior aspect of our being. We're all going to go through different times of our life experiences. It can be challenging, have a lot of weight to them that can really test us and force us to tap into the strength of our being and connect to our bravery and all these kinds of things. And something that I think that's so important that I've noticed just really literally in the last week or so is that even when I'm going through some of the hardest stuff in my life, like toughest stuff, gosh, that maybe I thought, gosh, years ago, I don't know if I could have survived it as well. It's very interesting to me how my perception has changed dramatically from the point where it's like, in the past, when very challenging things would happen for me, I would be so steeped in them, so oblivious to everything else around me because I was so soaked in that experience that I couldn't see the rest of my life for it. And as I've grown and as I've changed through my practice and through my growth as an individual, what I realize is that meaning of yes and. It's something that you hear a lot in different yoga classes. They'll say yes and. Yes, it's this and it's that, right? It can be both. And I realized in my situations, in my human experiences, that I have this ability to see more than I used to. And I think that's such an interesting thing. Yes, I'm experiencing the situation in its truth without this need to spiritually bypass or to release myself from the experience or force myself into this other place that I don't have to experience it. But I also don't have to fully surrender to it to the point where I don't see anything else, right? Which is what I used to do. I used to get so stuck in the tough stuff and I couldn't see anything else. And I would stress and I would worry and it would become my focus, right? My predominant focus. And what I realized is now I can see more. Yes, I'm having the experience and I'm processing it and I'm in my humanity and I'm feeling the feelings and I'm going through these processes of change and expansion and receiving and letting go. But I'm also able to continue to live through it. I can also still see the beauty. I can also still appreciate the things that make my life so incredible and beautiful and light. I can still create more memories. I can still do all of these other things while I'm experiencing the hard. It's the yes and. Yes, this is hard, and there's beauty. Yes, this is tough, and I feel this in my being, but I also feel the beauty. I also feel the love. I've got a greater capacity to hold more space for more energy and more feelings and more things that I ever realized that I did before. And I think that is part of the divinity, tapping into our divinity and tapping into that God source, divine aspect of our being, is that it's the everything within one space. And I don't have to focus so intently on the negative, the perceived negative, that it completely blacks out everything else. It doesn't have to be such a big, overwhelmingly blanketed experience that I can't feel anything else, or that I can't experience anything else, or I can't think of anything else. I have room for it all. And that's such a cool thing. And as we grow in our being, as we tap into those warrior aspects of our being, and we're strengthening ourselves and remembering who and what we are and all of the things that we're capable of, also remembering that I can choose to see more. I can choose to witness and experience more than just one thing at a time. I can feel into many things all at one time. And I get to choose what they are. There's some things that are going to come into my human experience I have no control over, and I have no way of stopping them or preventing them from happening or changing the situation. But there are other choices that I do get to make. There are other things that I do get to choose where I focus my attention and how I'm choosing to spend my time and all of these kinds of things. So just something interesting that I came across, and I hope you guys will also think about that in your own experiences of like when I'm going through something very, very traumatic, very challenging, very hard. You know, am I losing myself in that space to the point where I'm spiraling out of, like, I lose myself when that happens, right? And I think that the holistic experience, the ability, the yes and, that's what brings us back to ourselves. That's what brings me back to my safe space of like, yes, and yes, this is hard. And there's beauty. Yes, this is challenging. But there's also, I get so much love, I get so much intentional thought and feeling and decisions. You know, there's so many other layers. So to be able to see beyond the one thing, right? That's like such a cool thing. And I think the more we grow, the more we get to do it. So maybe like if I'm thinking, oh gosh, you know, I tend to give myself over to things without seeing more, being able to hold space for more. Maybe open yourself up to that today, right? We're becoming a warrior of great courage with this particular exercise. Each exercise in the series, doing this exercise regularly and wholeheartedly, moving with great tension and power, as in the practice of the martial art. We're really intentional with our movement, really putting a lot of energy into our movement today. That endeavor will strengthen the heart and release deep-seated stress. It's designed to give you the chance to relax and be you, building within you a victorious personality with courage in you no matter what. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's go ahead and drop the shoulders back and down so that we can start to tune in. And then we'll talk about the mantra that we're going to be using for our practice today. As you drop those shoulders back and down, give the body permission to draw itself into alignment. Trust that your body knows what to do to take itself into the most beautiful, perfect alignment for those energetic channels to open up, to facilitate the movement and expansion and release and reception of whatever energy is meant for you today. And draw your energy back inside of yourself. This is where we come back to ourselves so we don't get lost. Deepen the breath and take it down into the belly, drawing in that fresh prana on the inhalation, that new life energy. And just give it permission to find any of those places within your being that are tired, potentially overwhelmed, that are so hyper-focused on the one thing that you can't hold space for more. Send that new life energy into those spaces, refreshing them, releasing them. Greeting those energies with that cosmic life force energy, that divinity, that source energy, that pure life energy. Totally infuse all of those parts of your being. Every cell, every atom, every space in between. Lift through the chest, allowing the collarbones to rise up towards the chin, and the chin tucks ever so slightly back and down. Take those hands in front of the heart space, start rubbing the palms of the hands together, creating that Krishna heat. Use that mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times to call forth those higher aspects of our being, that soul space, that God aspect of who and what we are. Tuck the thumbs into the breastbone. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. And then inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply, suspending your breath, apply your root love to your practice. No moon cycle, no pregnancy, hypertension, glaucoma, or anything that would make you feel pain, tingling, or numbness or discomfort in a way that is beyond what is good for your body. Finish up with that Mangala charm if you wish, creating that safe space on your mat. And releasing those hands whenever you're through, gently releasing them down onto the knees, allowing those eyes to flutter open whenever you're ready. Before we start our warm-up, we're going to talk about the mantra Had and Hari. Had is God, the creative infinity. It is simple, but the power that we experience from it is quite profound. It can give you great prosperity and abundance. Very powerful for prosperity. It's a seed mantra, creative in its form. It develops your willpower and your strength of being. And it literally means creative infinity. When you chant Ha, just behind the tip of the tongue hits the upper palate and stimulates the meridians on the roof of the mouth to synchronize the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. This is an acupressure and an essential part in the science of Nada Yoga. It is stimulated to activate a functional and intuitive mind and welcomes prosperity. Hari is the active form of creation. So Har means creative infinity, the name of God. Hari is the active form of creation. So I am that. I'm calling into that name of God, and then I'm stating that I'm the active form of creation. I'm recognizing myself in the infinite. So we're going to be doing this exercise. It's really interesting. The first time I did this one actually was in Colorado. I remember the first time I did it was kind of new to Kundalini. It was kind of weird, but it was a really powerful one, and it goes very quickly. So we're going to be seated for that one. And of course, anytime you're working on your heart chakra, we're going to be doing a lot of arm stuff, right? So we're going to be seated the whole time for that one. So let's go ahead and do just a quick warm up. We're going to take our hands to the center of our shin bones. We're going to inhale, press the heart past the biceps. Exhale, round through the spine, keeping the crown of the head parallel to the sky, chin parallel to the earth. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Keeping those sits bones rooted and grounded into the earth. And just gently flexing that spine forwards and backwards. Waking up that spine, moving any energy that might be stagnant It needs a little bit of help moving, shifting, opening up. You can close those eyes and focus on that third eye, that Brahman center, that place of intuition. Inhale to center. Suspend the breath and apply your root block. It's in your practice. Exhale, let it go. Next posture is that leg or stretch. So stretch those legs out long in front of you. If it's in your practice, you can take your peace fingers of both hands, wrap them around the big toes. If you need a gentle bend in those knees to facilitate this movement, totally do what you need to do to make this a safe posture for you. If you can't grab the toes and you want to come long through the legs, you can just gently rest the palms of the hands on the shin bones. That's totally fine too. So modify this posture in whatever way is necessary or not at all. Inhale up, gazes forward, exhale down, drop the elbows down towards the earth, releasing your forehead towards the knees. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Close your eyes, focus on the third eye. Placing the thumb in the center of the toe rim of the big toe, apply a little bit of pressure if you can. Inhale up. Exhale, release those hands down onto the shin bones. And inhale, rise up, drawing the palms of the hands back up towards the hip crease. Take those legs back into your easy seated posture. And we're going to start to move right in to that first exercise for our Kundalini Yoga for the Warrior's Tension Release. So we're going to remain sitting in this easy pose and placing the right palm on the ground about 6 inches from the body, just like so. We're going to extend the left arm to the side, parallel to the ground, and bend the elbow so the palm faces the head. So it's going to look just like this. First, slap the ground firmly with the right palm 8 times, chanting Har. And you really want to try to roll that R, feel it in the roof of the mouth, stimulating those glands that we were talking about earlier. Har, 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 Har. 8 times as you slap the ground. And remember, we're putting a lot of energy into this, so it's not just a light, we're you don't want to hurt or press into pain or anything like that, but you want it to be an intensive movement, right? Controlled, intensive, lots of energy. And then beginning the sharp, powerful motions with the left palm as if to slap the cheek, but stopping about 1 inch before contact. Move the left palm in and out 8 times, chanting Hari with each slapping movement. Continue alternating between the 2 hands for 3 minutes. So I'm going to show you what this looks like really quick so you can see it. Har, 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 Hari, 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 har, 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 har. 8 times here, 8 times here. Going on for 3 minutes. So go ahead and draw yourself into that position. Remembering the left arm position is held very firmly, and the slapping motion should be done powerfully, that cheek would really be bruised almost if it made contact. But of course, we're not going to make contact. You're going to stop just about an inch before you hit there. This motion affects the meridian points on the left arm, which resonates with the heart muscles. So I'll do it a couple times with you first, and then I'll let you continue on your own so that my voice and you hearing me doesn't mess you up and keep you from doing what you need to do. And don't freak out about like, did I do it 8 times? Like, you'll kind of sink into it. The more you do it, the more you just know where 8 is, okay? So go ahead and come into posture. Hari, 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 hari. Hari, 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 hari. Hari, 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 hari. Continue on 8 times each, slapping the ground, drawing that palm towards the left cheek. A lot of tension and power in this practice. Strengthening the heart. Releasing deep-seated stress. Hold that left arm position really firmly. You're more than halfway through. Thirty seconds left. Finish up this last round with the 8 slaps to the face, then releasing the palms down onto the knees. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath and apply your root lock if it's in your practice. And then exhale, release the lock. Take a couple seconds to gauge and assess the energy of your own being. Gently opening up those eyes whenever you're ready so that we can move into our next exercise. So this next exercise is like a variation of what we just did. Except this time, we're going to be using both hands We're going to be slapping the ground next to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Har, 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 har. Hari. Both hands come in towards both cheeks. 8 times. Hari, 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 hari. Har, 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 har. Hari, 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 hari. So we're going to be doing that one also for 3 minutes. Or excuse me, this one's going to be 5 minutes. So go ahead and come into that easy seated posture. Close your eyes, gently resting the palms of the hands into the earth, the sides of the body. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to inhale deeply and exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Har, 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 hari, 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 har, 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 hari, 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 har, 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 hari, 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 hari. Continuing on. You're going to be here for 5 minutes this time. Lots of energy, lots of tension in those arms. We're moving the hands simultaneously, first slapping the ground and then striking the hands towards the cheeks without touching them, stopping about an inch away from the face. 8 times each. Closing the eyes and focusing on that brow point center. Had, the divine source, God, creative infinity. Hari, the active form of creation. You're already more than halfway through, 3 minutes in with only 2 minutes left to go. 45 seconds. Finish up this last round with those hands towards the head, releasing the hands down onto the knees. Inhale deeply, suspending the breath in a plywood block. Exhale, releasing the lock. Keep the eyes closed, feeling into the beam, the quality of the beam for a moment. Inhale and open up those eyes whenever you're ready. And staying in this easy seated posture, maintaining great tension in the arms. We're going to bring the left fist towards the chest. Those elbows are just going to be resting gently at the rib cage. And then releasing those arms back. So you're going to have your hands in a fist, and the arms are going to be back. We're going to inhale, draw the left fist towards the left chest, but before you strike the chest, we're going to stop. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, right arm forward comes forward. Exhale, take it back. Close your eyes. You're going to be here for 4 minutes. Draw your attention, your awareness in and up towards that third eye, that brow point center. Inhale, draw the fist in towards the chest on the left side. Exhale, lengthen through the arm, extend it back to its original position, and then rapidly repeat the motion with the right arm and then the left, alternating rapidly about once per second. Forceful movement, controlled movements. We're not striking the chest, we're stopping just before. More than halfway through. You only have 1:15 left, so keep it strong. Keep that spine nice and straight. Long, beautiful central line of the body. Fifteen seconds. Release both hands back. Inhale deeply. Suspend your breath and apply your root lock. Exhale, releasing the hands down onto the knees. Keep the eyes closed and breathe into the body for a moment. And opening up those eyes. And super slow and gentle, we're going to release ourselves down onto our back. So use your core energy to maintain that abdomen and release the vertebra down one at a time, super slow and gentle until the body finds the earth. Lengthening through the legs. We're going to take our hands into fists. We're going to inhale, punch the sky. Exhale, drop the hands down and tap the sides of the sternum. So just tapping the fingers on either side of that sternum. Inhale, press the fists into the sky. Exhale, drop the fingertips down onto the sternum. It looks like this. This one's actually really beautiful. I really love this one. So give yourself over to it. You're going to be here for 4 minutes. Powerful punching motion straight towards the sky on the inhalation. And exhaling, lower the hands and tap the sides of the sternum with the fingertips. Move powerfully, alternating between the punching and tapping motions. Already a minute and 30 in, so we have 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Gently gently tapping those fingers on that sternum on the exhalation, just lovingly connecting with that interior part of your being, meeting yourself exactly where you're at today. Punching the air, dropping the fingers down, tapping the sides of the sternum. You only have 1 minute left, so we'll commit to the rest of this. All the expressive energy into movements. On your next inhale, punch those hands into the sky, suspend your breath, and apply your root lock if it's in your practice. And then exhale, really slow and gentle. Release those arms down, allowing the fingertips to find the side of the sternum. Just take a moment to breathe into the body. On your next inhalation, opening those eyes up. This next exercise is a variation of the one that we just did. This time we're going to lift our heels about 6 inches away from the mat. We're going to inhale, press those fists into the sky, punch the sky, and then exhale, release. Now on the release, it doesn't say to tap the sides of the sternum or just to release the fist down. So I would just say do whatever feels intuitively the best to you, the most holistic and complete for what your needs are today. So lifting those heels up away from the ground. We're going to be here for 4 minutes. Punch those fists into the sky, release the hands down, punch it up, take it down. Continue on at your own pace. Keep those heels off of the earth if you can. If you cannot comfortably do that, you can even put a block underneath those heels. Just listen to your body and whatever you need to do. This exercise strengthens the intuitive mind. You're already a minute in, you only have 3 minutes left to go. The first minute just went so fast. So just staying strong, utilizing your core strength to carry you through this exercise, remembering that you're so much stronger than you realize you are. Tapping into that internal grit, and strength of your being. Two minutes left. Keeping it strong. If you have to put the heels down, you can. You need to alternate one leg in the air, 6 inches over the ground, and then the other. Do whatever it is that you need to do to facilitate the posture, to be able to get through this exercise to the very best of your ability. Giving it your all. You're doing so good. You only have 1 minute and 45 seconds left now, so hang in there and stay strong. Focusing on the breath, focusing on the punching motion, focusing on the intention behind your practice, behind your exercise. Drawing yourself back to your safe space within your own being through your practice. Ten more seconds. Inhale, punch those fists into the sky, suspend your breath and apply your root lock. Exhale, super slow and gentle, release the fists down, release those heels down into the earth. Tap out the belly for a moment if you need to, release any tension in the belly and the core. And then just relaxing into that final Shavasana posture. Once you've got your music queued up, we have that Ajay Alai mantra that we're going to be using today. And while you're getting that music queued up, I'm going to go ahead and read to you the mantra and the meaning. Ajay Alai Abai Abai Abu Aju Anas Akas Agunj Abunj Alak Abak Akal Dayal Alak Abak Anam Akam Agaha Ataha Anate Pramate Ajoni Amoni Narage Narange Narupe Nareke Akadamang Abadamang Aganje Aleke Ajay Alai, invincible, indestructible, Abai, Abai, fearless, unchanging, Abu, Aju, unformed, unborn, Anas, Akas, imperishable, etheric, Agunj, Abunj, unbreakable, impenetrable, Alak, Abak, unseen, unaffected, Akal, Dayal, Dayal, undying, merciful, Alak, Abak, indescribable, uncostumed, Anam, Akam, nameless and desireless, Agaha, Ataha, unfathomable, incorruptible, Anate, Pramate, unmastered destroyer, Ajoni, Amoni, beyond birth, beyond silence, Narage, Narange, beyond love, beyond color, Narube, Nareke, beyond form, beyond shape, Akaramang, Abadamang, beyond karma, beyond doubt. Aganje, Alepe, unconquerable, indescribable. We're going to go ahead and cue up that mantra. You're going to be here for 8 minutes. You can sing to the mantra as it sinks in and you choose to utilize the verbiage, singing that mantra, feeling into the vibration of your being. Or you can just listen to the words and relax into this easy Shavasana posture with this beautiful music playing to draw you into that beautiful energetic quality. So go ahead and start your music. Soothing the heart, overcoming all obstacles, adding radiance to your body and activating your higher chakras. Bringing grace and greatness. Four minutes left. 1.5 more minutes. Start to come back to the body, bringing your awareness back to the physical being. Wiggling the fingers and toes, wrapping hands around wrists or feet around ankles. Taking any of those gentle full body or cat stretches. And then drawing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Just really feel that beautiful hug. Just squeezing yourself, recognizing the truth of your being. Showing yourself some love. And rocking and rolling upward and backward on the spine multiple times until you draw yourself upright into a comfortable seated posture. Taking those hands into prayer pose, tucking the thumbs into the breastbone, inhale deeply. And exhale fully and completely. Finishing our practice today with 3 long sit noms. Inhale to begin. Satnam, I'm truth, truth is my name, truth is my identity. Namaste, I honor that truth with your own individual truth. Each and every one of you embody that beautiful, authentic expression that can never be recreated without the desire to change you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have an awesome week. I hope that practice benefited you and you can just lock that one away in any times that you might need it. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.